social sector, including healthcare. When asked what he intends doing for regeneration of India, Swami Vivekananda had said, no amount of politics would be of avail until the masses in India are well educated, well fed and well cared for. I now proceed to present the key element of my proposal in the social sector. In our country, cooking gas cylinders were considered an upper middle class luxury. Gradually, it spread to the middle class, but the poor do not have access to cooking gas. Women of India have faced the curse of smoke during the process of cooking. According to the experts, having an open fire in the kitchen is like burning 400 cigarettes in an hour. Time has come to remedy this situation. We have decided to embark upon a massive mission to provide an LPG connection in the name of women members of poor households. I have set aside a sum of rupees 2,000 crore in this year's budget to meet the initial cost of providing these LPG connections. This would benefit about 1 crore 50 lakh households below the poverty line in the year 2016-17. The scheme will continue for at least 2 more years to cover a total of 5 crore BPS households. This will ensure universal coverage of cooking gas in the country. This measure will empower women and protect their health. It will reduce drudgery and time spent on cooking. It will also provide employment for rural youth in the supply chain of cooking gas. I want to take this opportunity to express our gratitude and appreciation of 75 lakh middle class and lower middle class households who have voluntarily given up their cooking gas subsidy in response to a call given by the Prime Minister. Their gesture is a matter of pride for the country. Catastrophic health events are the single most important cause of unforeseen out-of-pocket expenditure, which pushes lakhs of households below the poverty line every year. Serious illness of family members causes severe stress on financial circumstances of poor and economic weaker families, shaking the foundations of economic security. In order to help such families, the government will launch a new health protection scheme which will provide health cover up to rupees 1 lakh per family for senior citizens of the age of 60 and above belonging to this category. An additional top-up package of rupees 30,000 will be provided. Quality medicines. Making quality medicines available at an affordable price has been a key challenge. This will reinvigorate the supply of generic drugs. 3,000 stores under the Prime Minister Aushadhi Yojana will be opened during 2016-17. Almost 2.2 lakh new patients of end-stage renal diseases get added in India every year, resulting in an additional demand for 3.4 crore dialysis sessions. With approximately 4,950 dialysis centers in India, largely in the private sector, concentrated in major towns, the demand is only half met. Each dialysis session costs around rupees 2,000, an annual expenditure of more than rupees 3 lakhs. Besides, most families have to undertake frequent trips for long distance to access dialysis services, incurring heavy travel costs and low wages. To address this situation, I propose to start a national dialysis service program. Funds will be made available through a PPP mode under the National Health Mission to provide dialysis service in all district hospitals. To reduce cost, I propose to exempt certain parts of dialysis equipment from basic customs duty, excise CVD and SAD. Scheduled caste and scheduled tribe entrepreneurs are beginning to show great promise in starting and running of successful businesses. The Prime Minister had given a call for promoting entrepreneurship amongst the SC/ST to become job providers rather than job seekers. I am happy to inform you that the Union Cabinet has approved the Stand Up India scheme to promote entrepreneurship amongst SC/ST and women. 500 crores has been provided for this purpose. The scheme will facilitate at least 2 such projects per bank branch, 1 in each category of entrepreneur. This will benefit at least 2.5 lakh entrepreneurs in this category. We are celebrating the 125th birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. This must become the year of the economic empowerment for SC/ST entrepreneurs. We have extensively interacted with Dalit India Chamber of Commerce and Industry on building an entrepreneurship ecosystem. It is proposed to constitute a national scheduled caste and scheduled tribe hub in the MSME ministry in partnership with industry associations. This hub will provide a professional support to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe entrepreneurs to fulfill the obligations under the central government procurement policy, adopting best practices and leverage the stand-up initiative. The scheme for welfare and skill development of minorities, such as multi-sectoral development program and Aushadhi, shall be implemented effectively. Education, skills and job creation. I would now like to highlight the steps proposed to be undertaken under the education, skill development and job creation, which is the 4th pillar of my budget proposals. After universalization of primary education through the country, we want to take the next big step forward by focusing on quality education. An increasing share of allocation under the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan will be allocated. Further, 62 new Navodaya Vidyalayas will be opened in the remaining uncovered districts over the next 2 years. It is our commitment to empower higher educational institutions to help them to become world-class teaching and research institutions. An enabling regulatory architecture will be provided to 10 public and 10 private institutions to emerge as world-class teaching and research institutions. This will enhance affordable access to quality education for ordinary Indians. A detailed scheme will be formulated. We have decided to set up a higher education financing agency with an initial capital base of rupees 1,000 crores. The HEFA will be a not-for-profit organization that will leverage funds for the market and supplement them with donations and CSR funds. These funds will be used to finance improvements in infrastructure in our top institutions and will be serviced through internal accruals. To help students, higher educational institutions and employees to access degree certificates of candidates, it is proposed to establish a digital depository for school leaving certificates, college degrees, academic awards and mark sheets on the Passion of Securities Depository. This will help to validate their authenticity, safe storage and easy retrieval. Skill development. Skill India mission seeks to capitalize our demographic advantages. Since its launch, the National Skill Development Mission has created an elaborate skilling ecosystem and imparted training of 76 lakh youth. We want to bring entrepreneurship at the doorstep of youth through the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. We have decided to set up 1,500 multi-skill training institutes across the country. I am setting aside an amount of rupees 1,700 crores for this initiative. We have decided to set up a national board for skill development certificate in partnership with industry and academia. We propose to further scale up the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana to skill 1 crore youth over the next 3 years. Entrepreneurship education and training will be provided in 2,200 colleges, 300 schools, 500 government and ITIs, and 50 vocational training centers through a massive open online courses. Aspiring entrepreneurs, particularly from those remote parts of the country, will become connected to mentors and credit markers. Job creation. In order to incentivize creation of new jobs in the formal sector, the government will pay the Employees Pension Fund contribution of 8.33% for all new employees enrolling in EPFO for the first 3 years of their employment. This will incentivize employers to recruit unemployed persons and also bring them into the books, the informal employees. In order to channelize this intervention towards target groups of semi-skilled and unskilled workers, the scheme will be applicable to those with salary up to rupees 15,000 per month. I have made a budget provision of rupees 1,000 crore in this scheme. Further, Finance Bill 2016 proposes to broaden and liberalize the scope of employment generation incentives available under Section 80JJAA of the Income Tax Act. The deduction will be available not only to assessees deriving income from manufacturing of goods in a factory, but all assessees who are subject to statutory audit under this Act. Thus, a deduction of 30% of the emoluments paid to such employees can be claimed for 3 years. The minimum number of days for which they should be employed during the year is proposed to be reduced from 300 to 240. No deduction, however, will be admissible in respect of employees whose monthly emoluments exceed rupees 25,000. Also, no deduction will be admissible in respect of employees for whom the government is paying the entire EPS contribution. A national career service was launched in July 2015. Already 35 million job seekers have registered on this platform. We propose to make 100 model career centers operational by the end of 2016-17. We also propose to interlink state employment exchanges with national career service platform. Retail trade is the largest service sector employer in the country. Many more jobs are created in this sector provided the regulations are simplified. If shopping malls are kept open all 7 days of the week, why not small and medium shops? These shops should be given a choice to remain open on all 7 days of the week on voluntary basis. The interest of workers in terms of mandatory weekly holiday, number of working hours per day, of course, has to be protected. We propose to circulate a model shops and establishment bill which can be adopted by the state governments on a voluntary basis.